All right, what's up, guys? So yesterday I made a video about Dave Chaffee's upcoming match at King of the Table 13 and how it was listed here as Gabor. I messed this name up so bad yesterday, I'm not even going to try, but this Gabor guy from Hungary, I had not heard about him at all, so I went and looked him up and found out that he was a Hungarian national champion in the 85 kilo weight class. Looks like a really good arm wrestler, but it didn't really make sense to me at all that this guy was going to face Dave Chaffee. I mean, from what I saw, it was just going to be Dave Chaffee would, in all probability, run through this guy. So I was kind of confused. I didn't know if this was legit, if I was missing something, if this guy super bulked up. I didn't really know. A little bit of a development on this. Somebody left a comment. I got a couple comments on the video. One of them saying that on ArmBet, it is posted as you can hear the stake boards on ArmBet for King of the Table 13. Notice shutout stake sold out for Levon. Shutout stake sold out for Brian Shaw. That one I would also bet on. But interestingly, it shows the match that Dave Chaffee is having is against Georgi Svetkov. Now, personally, I think at this point, from what we've seen recently from Dave Chaffee, this would be a mismatch. I think Georgie would run through Dave Chaffee. I know maybe some people would not agree with that, but I think recently what we've seen from Dave Chaffee, I think where Georgie currently is, I think this would be a little bit of a mismatch. I'm not sure how many people would want to see this match. However, people have put money on this. This is up on ArmBet to bet on, to stake on, I should say, as they like to call it. And what I find more probable is that I got one more comment on that video saying that they just put the wrong Gabor. There's another Gabor. They gave me the name Gabor Bada Ducat. This is the other thing I want to show you. Core Sports, on Core Sports website for King of the Table 13, this is where it confirms Dave Chaffee versus Gabor Bada Ducat. Okay, so it does say that that is who Dave Chaffee is facing, not this Gabor, this 85 kilogram Gabor. So that seems more likely, like that to me, the mistake that was made. I'm not quite sure why ArmBet on their staking board they have Georgi Svetkov versus Dave Chaffee. Maybe this was when they were first planning this King of the Table event. Maybe that is what the planned match was. I'm not so sure. Again, if this is a mistake, they're going to have to refund all the stakes that people have placed, because this is not the match that, if in fact this is not the match that's happening. And I went ahead and looked this guy up, and here he is. You can see, again, not a very well-known guy in the arm wrestling world in terms of, at least in terms of social media presence and popularity. However, I went and looked into a little bit of his stuff, and I saw right here, Romanian national champion. Here he is on the right. Boom, just total control. Just pins the guy right to the pad. Over, and then I think it shows him on the podium a minute later. Yeah, there he is. First place Romanian national champion. And that was in the open weight category. So overall, Romanian champion. Now, he is not Romanian. He is Hungarian, but he showed up at Romanian Nationals and won. There was some other footage of him pulling with some guys. That one doesn't really, I don't know what that one's about. This video shows him pulling with a guy, and oh, this is him pulling against two guys. Okay. Just shutting these two guys down, strapped up, just nope, nothing for them. Obviously, these are slightly smaller guys, but impressive nonetheless to be able to hold off two dudes like that. Anyways, there was one other clip I wanted to show. I think it was right here. First international competition of the year, Golem's Hand European Cup. I think it just shows a couple of his matches here. Again, the guy he's going up against does not look like a Dave Chaffee size guy to me. He doesn't look like an open weight category type guy, in my opinion. You see Barbora there in the background getting some footage, but it doesn't look like an open weight category size guy to me. I could be wrong. The perspective could be off here. Maybe he's super tall, but he doesn't look that massive. And this guy, once he's hooked up to him in the strap, doesn't have too much of a problem. You can see him straining a little bit, but really nothing to worry about too much for that guy. Okay, that guy just laid down. Maybe he had some kind of injury. I guess that was the final. But look at these two other guys. Now, they don't look, they're big guys, but they're not super heavyweight size guys. So I was at first, I was a little skeptical. I was like, hey, how much power does this guy have? Is he really pulling big dudes? Then I went to I searched him on YouTube, and I found this, which I did not know. This is WAF 2014. Let me zoom in. And this is 110 plus kg, so an open category. And he's really kind of just running through guys. And here, look, that was a big-ass Georgian dude that he just ran through. And he's looking thick here. He's looking large. Georgian guy, again, look at that, just complete dominance on the table. And here he is, first place, 110 plus kilo category. For WAF, that is extremely impressive. Tells me you're legit. This guy has power. He's good. He's got some serious size. I do think where we've seen Dave Chaffee recently that this could be an interesting match. I don't by any means think that, if I had to put money on this, I think that I would still have my money on Dave Chaffee. I'm not totally underestimating this guy now that he may be past his prime or seems to be past his prime. So yeah, kind of interesting. It's a little difficult to find a whole ton of information about the event in general. So, let me know what do you guys know about this? Is my thought is that it's most likely this other larger Gabor Bada Dukat that he's going to be facing at King of the Table 13. I don't know a whole lot about this guy. From what I've seen, I still want to give the edge to Dave Chaffee just because, he's still Dave Chaffee, all right? But I do think, just kind of out there prediction, I think it's going to be a good match. I think it's going to be a closely contested match. That's going to be my prediction. The other thing I want to quickly mention is, again, I don't know if I should trust this too much. They only have 4 stakes up here on Armbet. Krasny, Paul Lynn, Svetkov versus Dave Chaffee, Brian Shaw, Eddie Hall, and then, of course, the Levon Jared Cataret match. But what I also thought was interesting, I might have missed something here, is Lachlan Dare versus Lars Verbakken. I thought that Lachlan was supposed to be facing Andrei Sharkovich to, kind of avenge Bowen, as he likes to do when Bowen takes an L. Big brother comes in and avenges him, or tries at least. But I don't know. I don't know what happened there, if something, why that changed. Maybe if you're watching this, you know a little bit more about that, can let me know. But regardless, I think this could be, I like this matchup. Either way, I'm not mad about it. I just thought that we were going to see Lachlan. I thought the whole thing was Lachlan was going to try to avenge Bowen and take down Andrei Sharkovich, which I personally not so sure he would have been successful at anyway, but I do think it would have been a good match. But anyways, just had to make this follow-up video and clarify. I do believe this is a mistake. I do think Dave Chaffee is going to be facing Gabor Bada Dukat at King of the Table 13. Let me know what your predictions are, and as always, thank you for watching.